lot of research that has documented over the years the historical and current day marginalization of communities of color through both the curriculum, teacher pedagogy, resource inequities, all of these different factors that intersect to really other and marginalized students of color from K through 12 school spaces. When we think about Carter G. Woodson and his critique of the miseducation of the Negro, where he's talking about how the actual textbooks and curriculum are teaching Black folks to hate themselves, basically, and hate their communities. And so there's this deep kind of socialization that goes on in schools that really pushes students of color away from their own, embracing their own communities and positionalities. And so even today with current day historical textbooks, history textbooks, or the curriculum that's put forward in schools, we see this lack of representation of structural analysis of schooling, of the histories and experiences of communities of color, both historically and currently. In addition, we have teachers who are not receiving any kind of education that gives them a structural analysis or content that speaks to the epistemologies, ontologies, and perspectives of communities of color. In their own K through 12, if we think about who makes it to becoming a teacher, what is it that they actually have to accept and succeed in through their own K through 12, through their own college educations, and then through credential programs that in this era of neoliberalism and the push for market-driven teacher education, we see even less presence of social foundations classes or anything that actually would offer any kind of social structural analysis. And so ethnic studies in K through 12 schools is a really important space for students of color and all students to actually have access to a curriculum and a pedagogy and a content that speaks to who they are and their needs in this world. And so if they're experiencing curriculum and teachers that are not speaking to those things in the majority of their spaces, it's really alienating to them, and education becomes something that disconnects from their lives. And so ethnic studies is a place where they can really gain the analysis to better understand why the conditions exist in the world that put them in positions, inequitable positions. And so by having the language and tools and strategies to really understand historically and currently what's going on, it's able to offer a sense of agency and empowerment for students of color and all students to really be able to understand the world.